Hello guys, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to do a video about Hunter, the 125mm gutter system, which is a deep flow or semi-elliptical, means it has more capacity than half round, and so it's that shape, you see. What do you call it? Semi-elliptical, so it's much more than a half round, so that's why it drains more rainwater than a half round system, which is just ideal for like large houses, domestic buildings, apartment blocks, and possibly some commercial and industrial properties, or any buildings with a pretty large roof area. And you can also drain more rainwater with the 82mm downpipe system by using this running outlet from Hunter. It says Hunter, but the code is R682. So it's just similar like the R611, but only difference is the R611 is running outlet with the 68mm spigot for the 68mm pipe. And here, what I got here on what I'm holding is R682. But the reason that is 82 right here, because 82 means 82mm. It's for the downpipe. 82. It's still the same like R6, but the only difference is than the R611 is the R682 is the big brother than the little brother R611. So this one is designed to adapt big brother 82mm downpipe system, whereas the R611 is designed to adapt a little brother 68mm. But if you have a very large roof area, for example, like on schools or college roofs, like on colleges, schools, or commercial properties, and you're using a 125mm deep flow system instead of using a 68mm downpipe, then you just use an 82mm downpipe system. Means you drain more rainwater with possible of like fewer outlets compared to 68mm little brother downpipe. So that's why you just use the big brother 82mm downpipe system. And I also got alongside a running outlet with the 82mm spigot, the R682, similar to the R611, but the only difference is what I said is R682, like 82 stands for 82mm for the downpipe, the diameter of the downpipe, we call it. Along with the running outlet, I also bought a couple of the 82mm downpipe fittings. Like I got the offset bends. I got 2 of these. Use these offset bends to make a swan neck. But if you have a very short offset or limited space, then you can join them up together like that. Simple. And if you have a normal fascia, then you can push it on to the running outlet and job done. But if you have if the fascia is slightly deep or a little bit long, you can put either a bit of pipe, the 82mm downpipe length, which is R700, the code from Hunter. You can put a bit of R700 right there if you want to, or you can also put the straight coupler or straight connector, which is R717, as you can see on the fitting. You can put this onto the running outlet, but the good thing of putting the R717 downpipe connector onto the running outlet, see, it holds it into place. And the good thing is it's got a unique spigot that is called a sleeve, what you call it, which hides off like edges that are not square cut from the length of downpipe. You can also hide the cut edges by using this fitting, because it's got the sleeve on the spigot. That helps to cover cut edges and makes the installation neat, what you call it. And you can also put the offset bend and as well, like that, if you have a deep fascia, but you still have to put a tiny bit of pipe between the R717 and the R720. You have to put a bit of pipe, what you call it, something like that. Although the problem is although it's much more money if you're using this as an outlet adapter. So instead of using this as an outlet adapter, if you want to save money, just put R700 pipe. Just put a little bit of R700 pipe, and then you can put the offset bends, and it's just pretty simple. But for myself, I just put the downpipe connector and convert it into an outlet adapter. And for what with the sleeve on the spigot of the R717, I can hide the cut edges of the R700, which is a downpipe length, what you call it, and then I can put offset bends to there, what you call it, if I have a deep fascia. If I don't have a deep fascia, then I just take this off the running outlet, the R717, and then I just put R720s, just like that. Only if the fascia is just that large, what you call it, only that deep. But if it's just deep, then you have to put either a bit of pipe or the socket and then a little bit of pipe, like that. Simple. And the good thing with the R717, you got that groove between the socket and the spigot, because with this groove you can snap the pipe bracket onto it, and then you can hold that onto the wall, because the pipe brackets do its job. So the code for the pipe brackets for the 82mm system is S612s. So the S612 is a pipe bracket that you can snap onto the 82mm downpipe, the 4m length R700, and you can possibly snap it on like certain fittings like the R717, the R720s, because you got a bit of space right here, because you can put the bracket on without causing problems. And R721 is a downpipe shoe, and that also got space under the socket, so you can put the bracket onto it. Job done. And same with the R722, you also have a bit of space on the below of the socket because you can put the bracket onto it to make it secure. So the 722 is the 82mm downpipe branch, 112.5 degrees we call it. And when you install offset bends, something like that here, they have to be the right way up, like socket points up, spigot points down, but it should not be that way because it's going to cause problems. And it's not the really professional way. That's more professional. That has to be the correct way up. That's correct. Incorrect. 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 And that's correct now. That has to be right way up. Socket, spigot, socket, spigot. Not socket, spigot, spigot, socket, or spigot, socket, spigot, socket, or spigot, socket, socket, spigot. It won't work like that because it's going to cause problems. It's going to leak. That's why for offset bends, it has to be socket, spigot, socket, spigot. And same with like downpipe connectors to connect two lengths of downpipes. It has to be socket, spigot. It has to be right way up, not spigot and socket like that. So you have to. So this is how you be professional about these, something like that, and you have to make sure they're the right way up. What you call it. All I need is to complete the gutter and downpipe system is I need just need R640, which is a Deepflow gutter length 4 meter. I need some R610s, is the gutter support brackets for Deepflow. R613s is external stop ends to fit on the edge of the or the end of the gutter lengths. R602s is the internal stop ends, so to fit into like gutter fittings, like running outlets, to convert this into a stop end outlet. And you got gutter angles, like you got internal is internal and external. Internal is with the fixings like that, you see in the diagram. And external is everything like that. Back to what I'm saying is, so if it's R615 or R617, they're internal gutter angles 90s and 135 or 45 degrees. But if it's R605 or R607, is external gutter angles like 90s or 45 degrees or 135 degrees, what I call it. Yeah. Like with gutter angles, you fit them on the corner of the fascia, like either internal or external. But for the 125mm Deepflow from Hunter, their fittings, gutter fitting angles, we call it, the R615s and R617s are for internal fascias. For external fascias, it'll be R605s and R607s. Like you got the 90 degrees and you got the 45 degrees, we call it. So for the front roof out there, we need to have gutter in there. I think I use Hunter, something like that. My favourite gutter system from Hunter is definitely the Deepflow 125mm, something like that, and I always choose black. And for the downpipes, for the downpipe system, I always use the Big Brother 82mm by using the R682 running outlet. and you can use the Big Brother downpipe fittings, offset bends like that, and straight connectors, something like that. Better than 68mm downpipe systems because you can drain more roof areas with few outlets, and you can use it on possibly on commercial and industrial buildings also, or hotels or so that needs to have like to drain rainwaters or to drain kind of large roofs, so that's why we have to use Deepflows 125mm, and with the Big Brother 82mm downpipe system, which is always ideal for like hotels, schools, colleges, museums, and any other commercial properties, something like that, because these can drain much more than 68mm. Like what I'm saying is this is 68mm downpipe systems, something like that, and these can be available in black, grey, brown, or white. But I choose black because black is just popular, something like that. And thanks, guys. If you wanted to tell more about Hunter, go to www.hunterplastics.co.uk. Thanks for watching.